right behind me, I've got the 2025 Cadillac Optiq Sport 2. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And also, thank you to Applewood Cadillac for allowing me to review their Optiq. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the Cadillac Optiq, the safety features that you get with this particular Sport 2 trim, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course, the pricing. Now, in terms of the different models or trims that are available with the Optiq, you can get the Luxury 1, Luxury 2, Sport 1, and this one, which is the Sport 2. And in terms of the safety features, you do get quite a bit of safety features like the blind zone steering assist, buckle to drive, driver attention assist, enhanced automatic emergency braking, forward collision alert, front pedestrian and bicyclist braking, HD surround vision, intersection automatic emergency braking, LED reflective windshield collision alert, rear cross traffic braking, rear pedestrian alert, reverse automatic braking, side bicyclist alert, and the traffic sign recognition. All right, let's get right into it and start off in the front. You can see that beautiful design that this Optiq has. Now, this is very similar to the other EVs that Cadillac offers, and they're all just different shapes and sizes. So down here, you'll notice all of this you have in gloss black, your lower portion here and in the middle, and kind of this lower open grille area because that's the only grille that you have. There's a sensor in the center and then also your front safety sensors that run across. And you also notice like this black chrome trimming within the gloss black, which does stand out and make it pop. And even right behind the license plate right there, you do have more of an opening. And then right here, you can see a front-facing camera right there. And then you move into this very nice looking grille area, what you would typically call it. And this is all illuminated, which at night, it looks really cool. And of course, in the center, you've got the illuminated Cadillac badge right there. And then up top here that runs across into the headlights is more of like that black chrome trimming. And then you get into these very cool, very sleek looking LED lights. You've got your daytime running one right there. And then it kind of scoops down this way with the rest of the lights, and just look how cool this looks. And even around the light here, you have more of the gloss black trimming in this section. And if you take a step back, you can see this thing definitely stands out. All right, let's pop the hood and see what we have in the front of this Optiq. So all you're gonna do is down here, just pull this twice, and that unlatches and opens your, well, typically would be a front area. So right here, you have no space. You have all of the electrical components exposed, and I do wish that there was some sort of a space or at least cover all of this up, but there is no front space in this, so keep that in mind. All right, so in terms of what powers the Optiq here, it does have a 85 kilowatt hour battery that makes 300 horsepower and 354 pound-foot of torque. And in terms of range, you get about 486 kilometers of range on a full charge. And considering the size of this vehicle, you can actually tow about 1,500 pounds. All right, now coming to the side of the Optiq, you can see the nice looks definitely continue. And I just love the red color on this. It just stands out so much. Now, if we take a look up top, you do have a full glass roof, which I'll show you inside, and it looks pretty cool. And also around the windows, you have all of the gloss black trimming, even at the bottom, which is nice. And then as for your door handles, when the vehicle is unlocked, they do pop out like this, but obviously when the vehicle's locked, they go back in and sit nice and flush against the vehicle. And these are in body color, and you can't tell right now, but this little strip that you see inside is a light strip, so this does light up, which is pretty cool. Now over on your side mirror, this is all gloss black, the top half, and then down here you have that black chrome trimming and then body color. You've also got the built-in turn signal and then the side mirror camera, because this has cameras all around, and I'll show you inside. Now over on the fender, here is your charge port with the Cadillac badge right there. So you just press that and it's power opening, which is nice. So all of your plugs, everything you have right here, and then you can just press this and it's power closing. Also, you'll notice not only around the wheels, but pretty much the whole bottom of the vehicle, you have all of that gloss black trimming. And of course, on the sides here, more of that black chrome trimming. And then you move into these Very nice, very unique looking wheels. These are your aluminum wheels. You've got the grays going on, the gloss blacks. It just looks so nice tied together. And these are your 20-inch wheels. So if I do step back, you can see it fits the car pretty good. And also up here, you've got your reflector right here. And one cool thing on this is if you come to the back window here, you have this cool design all at the back here, which is very, very unique. All right, now coming to the rear of the Optiq, the nice looks of course continue. And just like the front, down here at the bottom, you've got more of the gloss black that runs across. And then you have like this gray granite trimming in the center, which is pretty neat. And then more of that black chrome trimming right there, with your rear reflector right there, and then of course the rear safety sensors that run across. And then you move into the tailgate area. So you've got the chrome Optiq badge, you've got another light up Cadillac badge right here, which is also how you open your trunk, and then the 500 E4 badging as well. And as for these lights, these are actually pretty unique as well. And because not only do you have the lights on this section, but you have it up here as well. So that's pretty cool, where you have like two sections for the lights, and at nighttime this thing just looks pretty insane. And of course, just like the front, these are your LED lights. And this is something unique as well. You kind of have like this built-in spoiler, which also has the digital rear view mirror camera. So that's what it looks like from this angle. Pretty neat. It adds a nice little touch to the vehicle. And as you can see, the roofline kind of like just comes down like this. So again, the designing on this is very good. And up here, you have this kind of like a built-in spoiler. Not only that, but if you see from here, you actually have airflow that goes through. So let me show you from this angle. So as you can see right there, for aerodynamics, range efficiency, and all of that, you've got your little brake light right there. All right, let's head into the back here and see how much space and what we're working with. So you just press that, and it's power opening, of course. So back here, you can see you have a decent amount of space. Even considering the size of this vehicle, this has a good amount of space, and you do have, to be exact, 26 cubic feet of space. So you can fit quite a few things back here for your family road trips or wherever you're going with this car. And of course, if you're not using the second row, you can fold the seats down and open up more room. You've also got like this privacy cover that you can pull out and cover whatever you have down here. And on the corners, you do have like these pockets for additional small storage. You've got a speaker right there. And then back here is pretty much your built-in hooks. And then of course, an outlet, a 12-volt outlet right there. And you have speakers back here. You have the AKG sound system. This is the 19 speaker system, so definitely sounds good, and you have it on both of the sides. Also on here, you do have these aluminum protectors. And if you lift up the mat area here, and let's open up the back and see what we have. So back here, you can see you still have some room to store more things. And I believe you have kind of like this mini, so you have a mini, like a sub trunk area here, which you can fit even more things, which is good. So even though this does not have a frunk, you do have good amount of space back here and a sub trunk as well. All right, let's head to the back and inside and see what we have going on with the Optiq. As you can see, you've got these nice materials on this that do stand out. So down here, you do have some space for storage, and I like how inside here, you kind of have like this carpeted material inside, and it's not plastic, so you're not going to scratch up anything. You've got another speaker here at the bottom, and then more of that carpeted trimming that stretches across. Now typically I'm not a fan of this, but on this it actually looks pretty good. And of course on your armrest area, you have leather with the white contrast stitching. And then here is your unique looking door handle. Now something cool about this is when you do open the door, obviously you open it like a normal handle, like just pull it up. But let's say the battery dies or the power dies on this and you want to open the door, you just lift it all the way up, which is going to be your manual release. And then you've just got the typical door locks and then the window controls there, with all of this in gloss black. And then moving up here, you've got more of the leather trimming and then more of this unique fabric trimming. This actually looks very cool. You have to see this in person because video, I don't think it does justice, but this looks very nice. And you'll notice all of this material and trimming throughout the interior. And you've also got this nice little trimming here. Also, on this is where you'll notice the ambient lighting. So yes, this does have ambient lighting throughout. And then another AKG speaker section. All right, let's check out the seats on this. It's an all black interior, as you can see, but the seats are super, super nice on this. Not only do you have like the middle perforated sections, of course, you got the white contrast stitching here, here, and even on the sides here. And then in the middle, you have the white piping that goes all the way down, which is cool. And also the side seats do come heated, which is a plus. And then if we pull down this area here, you do have your cup holders. All right, I'm gonna jump back here and take a look at the legroom and the headroom. So let's jump in. So legroom wise, it's pretty good. I have tons of legroom, and this seat I think can be moved up even more. So I'll have even more legroom. So that's no issue in this vehicle. Now let's check out the headroom. So as you can see, I've got tons of headroom. I can move around, no issue at all. And behind the driver and passenger seats, these seats look pretty unique with the designing and how they are. You've got hard material all there, and then more of the white contrast stitching. And then you have your typical storage compartment spaces on both of the seats. Now over on the rear console area here, you have your vents, of course. You've got the heated seat buttons, USB ports, and then you have this outlet right there. And if you look right down here, you have some storage space that you can put some things. All right, let's head to the front and see if anything else is different compared to the rear. The only thing I can notice is the space down here. You have a much bigger area down there. And of course, the ambient lighting section here on the white trimming. It's bigger as well. And of course, the massive speaker up here. Everything else is pretty much the same. Now you just have your typical window and side mirror controls here, and you have all of your massage controls right here, which is pretty neat because both the front seats are massage seats. Here is where you'll find your seat controls, and then here you have all of your controls, so for your heated seats, vented seats, and then the driver memory seat buttons. Let's check out the front seats here. These are exactly like the rear. I love the designing and everything and just how these seats are. These are very, very nice seats. It's all black interior like I mentioned. And also, like I showed you on the door area, these seats are heated and vented. And down here on the door sill protector area, you do have this illuminated Cadillac badge and the nice designing. And underneath, you just have like these nice fancy foot pedals. Even on the floor mats, you have Cadillac in chrome, which is pretty cool. And then here is your hood latch release, and then moving up here you have more gloss black, more of the white trimming, which actually stands out a lot, and then even like these thin vents. And then here you have your electronic parking brake, tailgate button, auto hold, and then your dimmers right there. And the steering wheel is manual adjustable. All right, when you enter inside, you have this nice animation that plays, and when you just put your foot on the brake, the car is on. There's no on-off button. You just put your foot on the brake and that's it. So now when you're inside the vehicle, you have a massive, massive dashboard here. And then as you can see, more of this nice fabric trimming continues even up here into the dashboard. And then also you have like this mini front window here on both of the sides. You've got the speaker there in the corner. There's one right here. And then of course in that corner. And this has my favorite thing, which is the heads-up display. And also, this is something very, very small, but on the passenger side, you have this handle, which you don't really see on EVs or vehicles in general. All right, then you get into this very nice, very crisp and clean looking screen. You've also got your controls all through here, which you can go through, and I'll touch on that in a second, but this ties into the touchscreen, and this is a massive, massive screen setup. And if you're wondering, this is a 33-inch LED display, which is insane. Like, it's so nice that it's just flowing in like one massive piece, and you have 3 different sections. And on here, you can see a bunch of different things. You have this section here, which has all of your controls. So right here, you can see if I go to the pretty much the home page, you have layout, heads-up display, and your trip. So if I go under layout, and then I have more things that pop up, which is your gauges, energy, map, assist, and then clean. If I go under gauges here, you can see it changes how it looks. So that's pretty cool. And then if you go back, you've also got energy. It'll show you all of your useful energy information about the vehicle. And you can also see your map. It's not gonna turn on right now because I have to turn on some sort of setting, but you get the point. And then you have assist. So this is gonna be all of your driver assistance things that are gonna show up on here. And then of course you just have clean if you do wanna clean the screen. Right here, this little light bulb is where you control your headlights. And then here is your lane keep. You can turn it on or off through there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then also, if you go to the home page, you can just go to your heads-up display, change the rotation, height, brightness, turn it on or off, and then just your trip information. And yeah. All right, as for the steering wheel, this is wrapped in leather. It does come heated, which is a plus. And then you'll notice this right here and this little guy. This is for your Super Cruise. And on the steering wheel, you have a ton of gloss black down here as well, and the chrome trimming, and then the chrome Cadillac badge. So on the left side here for your controls, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance. You've got your Super Cruise button right there, and then your heated steering wheel button right there. And then on the other side, you have all of your volume controls, and then here you have your media, Bluetooth, phone, and then the seat controls. And behind the steering wheel, you'll notice a regen paddle shifter. And then behind also you have all of your lighting controls, wiper controls, high beams, indicators, and all of that good stuff. And then the other side is your gear shifter. All right, so as for your center armrest console area here, you've got leather on here with the stitching, and then you can open it just by pressing this. Now it does open only from one side. You can't open it from the passenger side. But yeah, you have a tray in here, which is kind of like this felted material, and you can pop this out, so you do have a bit more deeper storage space. And inside, you've got more USB ports and another outlet down there. And right here, in a very unique spot, you do have your wireless charging phone area. All right, so right before I get into the center console area, you do have like this floating look to it, which is very unique. And then of course down here you have a ton more space which you can utilize. And then you get into your actual center console area. Now fun fact, all the material that you saw here on the doors and even right here, this is all from recycled material, which is pretty interesting. So again, the same thing that you saw on the doors, you have it here, the nice fabric trimming. And then you have like this, almost from far away, it looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. It has the same designing as this fabric trim, but in a glossy version. So this actually looks very, very nice. And then of course your front cup holders and even the bezels on this, you have the nice detailing work. Then you move over to your control area here, which you can control your touchscreen. But also obviously it's a touchscreen, so you can touch it. And even on this knob, the turn knob here, is the Cadillac badge. But not only that, if you can see the nice detailing work, there's a lot of nice small little details on this car, and I think it's just in general Cadillac vehicles, like they have a lot of attention to detail, which I love. And then you have all of your media, phone, home buttons, and all of that good stuff in the volume knob right here. Even the volume knob has the nice detailing. And then up here you have a little bit more storage space, and then even like down here you have more storage space, so a ton of storage space in this vehicle. And then you move into these controls right here, so all of your heating and cooling temperature controls. And this is something very, very small, and to me it's pretty neat. But when you do, like, let's say lower the heat, you can see how the numbers show up on here compared to like other vehicles. I don't know. To me, this is a little geek thing, but I like how that is. And then you've got more of the white trimming here with the ambient lighting that shows up at night and the sleek vent designing. And then you get into this beautiful, beautiful touchscreen. And like I was mentioning, this is a full 33-inch display. And on here, you can do a ton of things. So here you have your home page. And then if I swipe over, you have another page full of things. So let's go to the first page here and go under vehicle status. So you're going to have these three menus here, and then kind of a silhouette of the vehicle with a bunch of different plus signs. If I click any of the plus signs, it's going to tell you certain information about the vehicle. Like I just pressed this, it's going to show me my tire pressure, but it'll show you all sorts of things about the vehicle. Here you've got your tire pressure, of course. It'll show you all of the 4 tires. You've also got your energy info, so all of your useful energy information is going to be right here. You've got air quality as well. This tells you like a status, if it's good, bad, anything like that, so that's pretty neat. And now let's head back to the home page and go under drive modes, because you do have quite a few drive modes on this. You've got the first one here, which is tour. You've got sport, snow and ice, and then my mode. So you can adjust these however you want for the steering, brake feel, acceleration, motor sound, all of that good stuff. And I like how when you go into each of the sections here for your modes, the image here changes and kind of displays like a neon thing. You've also got this I button here, if you press this, it'll kind of tell you what that mode is used for, which is actually a pretty useful thing in the vehicle. And then you've got this pedal looking thing. So if I press this, this is your one pedal driving. So you can also set a level to this. So you can turn it off, normal, or high. I think this is so necessary to have on if you have an EV, and especially if you have the option to have it on or off. Then you've got My Cadillac. So once you do have everything set up in the vehicle, you can go through here and kind of go through all of the different menus, whatever it is on here that you can go through. It's not going to show up right now because I'm not connected to it, obviously. If I go back, you've got Google Assistant, you've got Play Store, and then charging. So let's go under charging, and on here it's going to show you your charging percentage. So let's say I want to charge to 80%. It's going to tell me I'll have about 393 kilometers of range at 80%. If I go all the way, let's say to 100, it's going to estimate about 486 kilometers. So you can play around with that however you want to set it. And then also you can set it to charge now. So immediately when you plug in, it's going to start charging, or you can set it to charge later. If let's say you're living in an area where the electricity is cheaper at a certain time, you can set that right here. And also you can set the preconditioning. And then this little map looking thing with the charging symbol is again for your Cadillac account. So this will tell you once you're signed in, nearby charging stations. And then you have your calendar again. You can set your schedule. And then this gear symbol, you have more things that you can kind of play around with. Then you've got the cameras. Like I was mentioning, this has cameras all around. So here you have the bird's eye view and then the rear view camera right here. So let's go to the front here. So I have the front view camera set up right now. There's three sections. There's a standard, there's the overhead, so the top front, and then your side mirror cameras for the front. It's the same thing for the rear as well. The only difference here is you also have your hitch camera, and then you have your settings. So you can turn your guidelines and all of that good stuff, play around with the settings all through here. Then you've got Alexa, and then you have settings. On here, a bunch more menus that you can go in and fine tune to your liking. And then finally for the first page, you have ambient lighting. So all of the customizations, brightness, styles, modes, everything is controlled through here. Now let's move to the second page. You've got your auto park assist. You've got your climate right here. If you click that, you can control all the climate through here, or the buttons right here. So either or, you can do that. And then you've got Wi-Fi hotspot and then audio. So under here, you're gonna find your AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, USB, news, Alexa, and podcasts. Then you've got the map section right here. You get that nice Google Maps, of course. You've got your phone section once you do have your phone paired. Then under controls, you've got a bunch of different things. Now there's no manual release for your glove box, but you can just do it from here. You just press this and it unlocks it. You've also got other like lighting controls, window controls, cameras again, all the good stuff through here. And then if I go under show more controls, there's more things on here, and including your lights you can control through here, or the section on this side. So either or, you can control it through there. And then you just got podcasts and news. And also, like I was mentioning about the massage seats, you just press this and it turns on. And all of this, if you touch it on the screen here, it's gonna tell you to use the knobs here. But yeah, it tells you exactly what to use. So different massage modes, intensity, and all of that good stuff. So that's very cool that it has massage seats. Now up here, you've got your rear view mirror. Not only that, but it's a digital rear view mirror. And then up here, you've got quite a few things. You've got this interior sensor camera here. There's the interior lights, the sunshade control actually, which is very nice on an EV, especially if you have a full glass roof. There's also OnStar, SOS, hazards, and all that good stuff. But let me show you the sunroof here, because I wish every EV had this. And as you see, you have your sunshade. Typically EVs, they just have a glass roof and that's it, but I love how this has the power shade. And you've got the speakers even in the roof. So at the front here, at the back as well, all around the vehicle. And here is the key fob for this Optiq. It's a typical Cadillac key. All right, coming to the passenger side here, here's another look at the floating center console area. And I've shown you how to open the glove box through there. But yeah, all of this trimming Very, very unique. I love how this looks on this vehicle. So as for the window sticker, I couldn't get like a clear photo of it, but when you're talking about the optics, these do start from about $63,300 Canadian. And then for this trim, which is the Sport 2, this will run you around $67,300 Canadian, and this may be minus any discounts or incentives if being offered. All right, well, that does it for the review on this 2025 Cadillac Optiq Sport 2. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this beauty.